everybody, it's Rory from ANS Gear, and we're going to look at another ASA from Planet Eclipse today. This is the Oops 2, so this is the newer version of the Oops. It's a pretty straightforward design. It's very similar internally to how the Pops design works, but instead of having a cap that you pop back and forth, you have a cap that you twist back and forth. But the functionality internal is the same way the Pops works. It is all aluminum, so the cap is aluminum, the body's aluminum. It has two screws that come up through the bottom, which you can see right here, that will mount this T-block rail to whatever gun you're mounting it to that has a T-block. It's not a dovetail, it is a T. You can see that on there. Maybe you can. Try to make it so you can. There you go. So if you have a gun that isn't a T-block style, that's pretty much every other gun that isn't Planet or Empire Sniper or Resurrection, they do come with this adapter right here. So this is a little mini rail. This will mount to basically any frame that has the two inline holes on the bottom of it. Even guns that have a dovetail rail built into the frame typically still have the two holes in the bottom as well. And you can mount this directly to the bottom of your frame. Hardware is included with it, so you just put the screws through, stick it right on there, tighten it down, you're ready to go. Now this will slide right onto the T-block because it is a T-rail. And you can tighten those two down, set it up there, you're ready to go. So even though this isn't meant, well, I don't want to say it isn't meant, it isn't designed right out of the box to fit every gun, you can make it fit every gun with the rail adapter. As far as how this works and the ease of use with it, it really couldn't get any simpler. This is probably even simpler than the Pops because you don't have to hold a pin to get the assembly out. You just unscrew this off the front so your cap falls off, push your pin out, drops through, take your other O-ring out right there. The O-rings sit in little grooves on here like that, so the O-rings won't just fall off, and then it self-centers it, so it's not going to be sticking too far out one side. Allen key, you can pull the core out. Pair of needle nose to grab it. Now this core is a different size than, or the pin in the core I should say, is a different size than the Pops version, so you can't swap them between the two. But it's just a longer version of the one that's in the Pops. So when you tighten this down, you push this rod against this post here. The post pushes out the back and pushes the valve on your tank, opens it or shuts it. Very, very simple design. You've got one O-ring here and one sealing O-ring here. If they ever go bad or it leaks, you know where to look because those are the only two O-rings that are really doing anything in the entire assembly. Put it back together. We just drop the core in, tighten it down. If you put your O-ring back on, take it off, slide the pin through, push your O-ring on, make sure it locks into the groove right there. Put your cap on, you're done. The macro fitting is a standard thread-in macro, so it isn't their proprietary macro that has the really small thread on it. So you pull that cap off, same size 10 O-ring that's underneath there for the quick disconnect, or for the macro fitting, I should say. It's the same O-ring as a quick disconnect O-ring, and you're ready to go. It's a great little ASA. Comes out the front, so a center line out. Keeps your line setups nice and clean, nice and tidy, and it's just an all-around good one to use. We do only have them in black, but the Oops 2, it's available through the website. It's a great addition to any gun that you just don't like the line setup on it, or you don't like the ASA. Maybe you want something with an on and off. This is a perfect one to choose. So check it out. It's available through the website with the rail. Order yours now through ansgear.com.